Hello, beautiful friends. It's Erika here to do an energy update for the collective for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Welcome if you're new to my channel, and welcome back if you've been here before. So glad you're here. So we're going to take a look at the energies of what is going on in the dynamic here between masculine and feminine and see what is coming through. Really quickly, I want to pull a card for the overall energy. Pull one each for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And we're going to then pull cards to see what is going on in the dynamic. Now, really quickly, I've been getting a bunch of comments about questions regarding the hot and cold, off and on energy of divine masculine when he begins to come into contact with the divine feminine. And for those of you that are new, I have done a video about that. If you just search my videos, there's a video from, I don't know, maybe a month ago, where it's about, just search why the divine masculine ghosts. It's the only title I've ever used that has the word ghost in it. So it should pop up really easily for you. That should be able to help you guys navigate through and understanding why there is a bit of the back and forth, coming into contact and then disappearing, because it is an important stage in the journey to help understand and to not let it trigger you. It's a very delicate time in the dynamic. So please do go watch that if you have questions about that, or if you're experiencing that yourself, because people have commented on how helpful that video has been for them. So also, I'm not available for private readings at this time. So if you are feeling like you're resonating with this reading, what I am doing is I'm doing extended readings where it's a lot more in depth. So if this reading is feeling like it's resonating, then the extended reading will bring you a lot more information, more guidance. This in and of itself, though, is a reading by itself. We're going to look at the energies. We're going to see what's going on so that you understand it, regardless of if you watch the extended video. But that's just for those of you that want to go more in depth. I have made those available, and I really appreciate all of your feedback on those. And even those of you that have done private readings with me, you've been writing to me saying how it's like you're getting a private reading. Because if I'm tuning in specifically to your dynamic and to the energies, then the extended also does as well. So that will be available for those of you that are interested. But in the meantime, let's get to this one and see what is going on. So I'm going to pull an overall card we'll start with the divine masculine and see what is going on in his energy. Ooh, he's getting courage. You're safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. So this is an interesting card for the masculine to be getting, because he has been in a place of being at that final crossroads, really looking at, it's judgment day. How do I want to live my life? Do I want to keep living it the way I've been living it, or do I want to move into the direction my soul is calling me to live? And when he's also getting into this place of understanding that fear is an illusion, fear is trying to hold him back. The masculines have really been in a place where there are a lot of shadow energies, negative energies that are trying to keep him from his truth. And it's an important time for the masculine to demonstrate this courage as well as set the boundaries. He's been setting boundaries. He's been learning about boundaries and realizing that he is safe But it's that time of, I'm just getting drawn to how this is this powerful unicorn here, this beautiful, strong unicorn. And he's getting comforted and strengthened by this feminine human who is comforting even this magical being. So it's like he's needing the reminder. I'm also getting that some of them may be in the place where they are potentially deciding either between two people, potentially tempted. Do I want to stay in a situation with a person that I've been with in another relationship, or do I want to live as this magical being? And so I'm getting two different messages for the masculines here, okay? So this is interesting because lately I've been getting two different segments of the Divine Feminine collective, and this is coming through as two different segments. For some of the masculines, they may still be in a partnership or a relationship with somebody else. And she's in human form. She's in three-dimensional form. She is the distorted feminine. She's the distorted feminine. And here he is as this magical creature that he is in his divinity. And she's kind of like trying to hold him back. She's turning his attention to her a little bit. So this may be what's going on for some of the masculines. Obviously not all of them. This is a general reading. But there are two messages coming through. So it's either he's looking to the feminine, the divine feminine, not the distorted feminine, the divine feminine, for his courage to continue to live free from fear and to set boundaries, or it's about him needing to do this with a person in his life or people in his life. So, well, let's see what's happening with the feminines here. What is the overall energy for the divine feminine, please? Oh, she's getting magic. Nice. I love this card. It says, make a wish, believe in miracles, magic surrounds you. So whatever's going on with your divine masculine, remembering that you are magical. You remembering you are magical is helping him remember that he is magical. He's still a little bit in this new territory of being in his higher consciousness, of being in his divine masculine self. You know, like if you've seen any of my recent videos, he's been breaking free and understanding that he is now this powerful being that he never thought he really was. He's broken free of this. So he's here as this beautiful magical creature, and here she is, like sending out the sparkles, sending out the fairies. Like, this is about believing in the miracles. And she's sending out this radar to her masculine right now. And she's also in this place of being supported energetically by the divine through this process. This is it's interesting. This has been coming up, and I was going to almost do a separate video about it, but it's coming through in this one, so I probably won't need to do another one. But there's definitely this pivotal point here where this is a time for the feminine to stay in her strength, stay in her power, stay in her magic. And she may have to remind her masculine of his magic. Remind him of the difference in energy between the divine feminine and the distorted feminine, potentially and I say the distorted feminine, assuming you guys know what I mean by that. But I did do a video about distorted masculine, distorted feminine energies. This doesn't mean that the person that is living in the distorted feminine energy is a bad person. Okay, let me just make that clear. This just means that they are a product of their conditioning, where they are They've been living in an energy of distorted masculine, which has led to distorted feminine. And the distortion is what has caused people to live in a place of fear, of closed-heartedness, of manipulation. And so it doesn't mean that this person is like intending to be a bad person or, anything like that. It's just where they are in their journey. Okay? I want to make that clear. But this is a place where the feminines, this is a very important time. If you are feeling called and guided somehow to connect with your masculine, even if it goes against your ego, there could be a reason, okay? There could be a reason you are getting guided to do something. Because when the masculine in this state is in the presence of the feminine, it's important for him to feel the juxtaposition in the energies. The juxtaposition of being in the presence of a divine feminine energy and the presence of someone who's not in the divine end of the spectrum, just more the distortion, because he is now transformed, and it's like this is almost, it's going to be the calibration. It's like she's going to recalibrate him to his purpose, the divine feminine. So let's see what is going on in the dynamic between, like, just in the recent past, the current energy, and what's coming in here. Now, I'm also, those of you that are new, I am not a by the book tarot reader. I'm an intuitive reader, which I believe everyone should be an intuitive reader, period, because it is just a tool, a divination tool, to help you open up to your own inner knowing and your guidance. So sometimes I read reversals, sometimes I don't. Most of the time I don't, but sometimes Spirit makes me keep them reversed for a reason. So let's see what's going on. I'm going to pull 9 cards here. The first 3 are going to be the main energies, and then the other 6 are going to be additional messages. So what is going on here in the dynamic? Okay. So we've got the Hanged Man in reverse. We've got the Empress. And we've got the Ten of Swords. We've got the Five of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Lovers. The Four of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is about landing a beautiful, abundant life in the physical plane. Ten of Pentacles is about abundance in all ways. Happiness, family, love. Ten of Pentacles is a beautiful energy of what we want to do in landing something in the physical plane. And it's interesting, just as I gave my whole spiel on the not reading reversals, I can't help but notice that most of these cards came in the reverse today. So if you understand tarot and you have your own interpretation of that, please, listen to how it resonates for you, okay? But I'm just going to go with what's coming through here. Recent past here, we've got the divine masculine no longer in the Hanged Man energy. This is enlightenment. This is about having reached enlightenment. You see the gold around his head. He's no longer trying to understand things from a different perspective, because when it's upright, this is the temporary, this is like a standstill. Nothing's moving because I'm trying to figure things out. But it feels like he's figured things out, which is why he's getting the Courage card here. It's like you don't need to muster up courage if you don't know what you're doing or don't know where you're going. You would just stay in the Hanged Man. But when you know your truth and you have to take some action, that is why you need to muster up some courage. Now, in this place too, though, there is this energy of feeling like there's some uncertainty here for the masculine. There's some uncertainty because we're getting the Five of Pentacles with the Four of Swords. And he's uncertain as to whether the feminine, which path to take is the right one. Like he wants to trust that his feminine will receive him in a positive way. But it's one of these energies, and again, it's very consistent with the energies that have been coming through in the other readings. It's like you need courage because you don't know what's on the other side. If you knew that if you had to make a decision and you knew that if you went this path, that everything would be perfect and okay, you wouldn't need to have courage. You'd be like, okay, I'm just going to make this decision. The reason the masculine is having to have courage is because he doesn't quite know for sure. But it's a necessary phase in the journey for him to act on his truth, on his enlightenment, what he now understands and what he now sees about his feminine. And here we have the Empress with the Tower and the Queen of Swords in the current energy. So this is an energy of a breakthrough or a breakdown. Again, two different scenarios coming through. See how he's got the Empress here and this Queen of Swords. The Empress, she's the embodiment of divine feminine in human form. She's nurturing, she's fertile, she's sensual, she's spiritual. She's amazing. She is the divine feminine embodied in physical form. And right here is this Queen of Swords. So here, again, for the scenario, if there is two people here, there's the divine feminine, and then there is the more human form, the logical, the logical, the less emotional, meaning he's less emotionally invested in her. The swords are just very clear, very logical. And remember that one of the lessons of the masculine recently is that he has opened up to his emotional body, and he's realizing how in the past he has loved from his mind instead of from an open heart, because his heart has been closed. He's been closed off and conditioned to not be in touch with his emotional body. He may think he was connected with his emotional body, but it's all head energy. It's all up in the upper chakras. It's not connected to upper chakras, meaning the head. It's not the crown chakra, not the third eye, but I mean more just all in his head. And he could be making this decision as we speak. Do I go with my divine feminine or do I go with the logical choice? The logical choice meaning when I used to feel through my mind. And she's not very warm, this Queen of Swords. You know, she's pretty, and the Queen of Swords also can be about cutting things out of your life. And with this Tower, this could be the breakdown. It's like, I am finally going to make this decision. Remember in the last reading, the masculine was at this crossroads where no longer, like he may have seen the crossroads coming for a while, but he's now at that precipice where he has no other option, that the next step he takes either is right or left. There's no more, okay, I know it's coming, I'm not going to run to the crossroads, like I'm just, but it's here. So he's breaking free of the past, the way he's been living his life to this point. Now, for those masculines that are not in another relationship, this just indicates to me how clear he is about making this breakthrough to get to his feminine. He's being decisive. He's being clear. This is no drama. He sees her as no drama. Maybe there was drama in the past before the divine feminine was truly embodying wholeness. Maybe she may have been acting more like the distorted feminine in the past. But now she's not. There's going to be no drama. And the breakthrough for him is like, I know where I'm going. Because here's this completion energy, the Ten of Swords. This is the end. So, you know, for those that don't have, if this represents, if again, two different scenarios, it makes it a little complicated. But if this is the masculine that doesn't have a karmic partner or someone he's been with here in a relationship, this is about mustering up the courage here from his feminine. He knows it's been a tough road. He's like ready to go. Because this is the Lovers. This is about the choice. This can, again, be the choice. Between two people. But it's, to me, I'm seeing the Five of, because I read them this way and this way. The Five of Pentacles being afraid, not being sure she's going to receive you. And it's like, screw it. I'm going for the love. I'm going for it. I have no other option. I have to go for my feminine. Because if I don't, I'm living a lie to myself. I at least have to try, is what he's saying. But it's like, the fact that this Ten of Swords is coming in after this Hanged Man in reverse, the Empress, and the Ten of Swords, it's like, okay. This cycle is complete. He may also be realizing how he has really betrayed her and wants that to end. He wants to make things right. Because here's this Queen of Pentacles. She's very much similar. Look at the card colors here. She's very similar to the Empress. Look at all the beautiful orange and yellow around her. All the colors. Queen of Pentacles is someone in the physical plane. And I feel like there's going to be something that happens here coming in for the dynamic where the masculine sees his feminine as this beautiful Empress, this beautiful, almost unattainable goddess. But what he's seeing here is how in the physical plane, like, she's human too. She's not just this, she's not a mirage. And in human form, she's very grounded. She's very successful. She's understanding. She's kind. And if he's seeing her like this here, he's going to discover that this is who he wants. Because when I'm looking at the Four of Swords followed by the Queen of Swords followed by the Queen of Pentacles in the progression, it's like needing to recharge, needing to heal after a bit of a heartbreak, of sadness, being decisive, and then coming in here. But if he's deciding between two people, remember that she feels very cold to me. There's not a lot of color around her. And here there's all this color, just like around the Empress. So it feels like I said before, the masculine may have to experience the difference between the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. May have to experience the difference in the energy, the juxtaposition of the energies in order to decide. All right. Well, I'm excited to see what's coming. Well, so those are the energies coming in right now, guys. There is definitely, I'm going to pull actually a guidance card for each of them before we wrap this reading up. Get a romance angel card here as guidance. First for the divine masculine. And so in the extended video, what I'm going to do, if this is resonating for you, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look more in depth about what's going on specifically for the masculine, what's going on specifically for the feminine, what they're both consciously thinking about the other, what they're feeling towards the other. We're also going to look more into the dynamic and see how they're relating to the dynamic, some additional messages, and then we're going to get into more guidance, how to navigate these energies. If you are feeling like this is you, the guidance of how to stay centered during this time, how to not get triggered. And in those videos, what happens often is you get attuned to the energies of union, the real time shifting in the energies that happens in the extended videos. It tunes you to the vibration of wholeness. So that's what we're going to be going to do over in the extended, the more in-depth. But let's see here. What's your best guidance for the divine masculines right now? It's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. It is safe for you to love, masculine. Divine masculine. This is acknowledging that you've recently opened your heart and it's safe for you to love with your feminine. Because what you considered love potentially with another person is not the love you truly have with her. But it is safe. I know it's unknown, but it's safe. Open your heart to her. Because if he's not with someone else too, and whether he's with someone or not, it doesn't matter, that it takes courage to open your heart. It takes courage to approach someone from an open-hearted place, especially if you're not used to doing it. So open your heart to receive and to give the highest energy of all, divine masculine. Let's see what the best guidance is here for the divine feminines, please. This one wants to come out. Attraction. You attract this romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. This is exactly this. This card for me is about the law of attraction, the law of vibration, the universal principle. This is about being in the present moment, being appreciative and grateful for where you are this very second. Even if there are bad things happening in your life or there's some setbacks that things that you consider setbacks, remember to be in appreciation for what is going well. Find that little ray of sunshine on a cloudy day, because it's there. So when it's being paired, we're kind of ending the reading where we started here for the feminine. Make a wish, believe in miracles, magic surrounds you. She's not worried about what happened this morning. She's not worrying about what's happening later. She's not even worried the fact that she just heard some horrible news or whatever. She's literally in the moment. Like, you don't know what's going on with her in her life. What you do know is she is appreciating this moment fully. Her eyes are closed. She's smelling this beautiful rose. And no matter what's going on around her, she's in that space of gratitude and appreciation. And that is when the magic happens, okay? So with that, guys, I want to send you so much love. And if you'd like to join me for the extended, the link is in the description box below. And if not, I will see you guys next time. And in the meantime, I do send you much love. Bye.